questions 1 to 9. I don't have okay, so I don't have any questions for this.
Okay, so you know the answers in the others,
Opo.
right? Okay. What about here?
Mm, okay po. So,
What's the TA's responsibility? You know that? What makes a successful ET? These are very
and also
important questions.
yes. Yes, Ma'am Marie. I'm a bit confused with the low buying rate because the low I mean we have to reach the buying rate is supposed to be 25%, right?
Mm.
So what is like the lowest like buying rate, or the buying rate that we have to what do you call this, um to
Okay, let me help you with that. Since
okay.
you're talking about buying rate, um, you are right. 25% buying rate is the least that you can get as an acceptable one.
Mm-hmm.
25 is quite good, but of course, if you can go higher, you're welcome to
Opo. Opo.
give that buying rate for yourself, right?
Opo.
Um, just to give you a simple computation of that, if you have 10 ETs or trial classes, then
Mm-hmm.
five of that, if you get five to enroll in your class, it means you have 50% buying rate.
Oh, okay po.
So it means you need to get um, the trust of the TA that whenever they give you an ET class, this teacher makes the student enroll.
Oh, okay po.
So
Opo.
for them, acceptable is 25%, but of course, they will be very happy if it's 50% or higher.
Oh, okay
Okay.
po. Okay
So
po.
that makes a successful ET if you make your student enroll, or basically your student has a goal in enrolling in your class and you're able to fulfill that in the class.
Okay po, ma'am.
Remember
So,
that you will have to ask the language objective or the language goal. So that is the primary importance when you do your classes in general.
okay po. So, it's like 50% buying rate. So, it's like more students for you. So,
Yeah,
it's like if your buying rate is like low, so it's like less like students for you.
of course, yes.
Opo, opo,
It'll
okay.
be less students for you because you will be given on your first few weeks. Actually, you'll be given ETs so that you can be exposed to students, so that they can experience your class, so that you can also get some students. So that is TA's responsibility to give you ETs, to give you students. They're also your connect to your students because we don't have direct connection to students. I also do not
Oh,
have that. So it's your TAs. So basically, they are in sales. They're the ones in marketing that will give you students. You get it?
okay po, okay po.
Um, what do you think is the possible complaints you can get in the future?
Okay po. So, I think I think it um I mean the most common problem in this kind of work is the of course the internet connection and the power, how do you call this,
Outages.
power outages.
So that means if you have
And
problem there, then you'll have some cancellations, right?
yes, but
You'll have some
in
cancellations.
yes po, but We can just use the, what do you call this? The power bank for it,
Yes.
and the what is that? What do you call it? The smart bro. It's a data.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So yeah.
Well, actually, as long as it's going to be sufficient in giving um, connection to your VooV, because VooV is quite heavy as compared to Zoom. You know that already,
Yes,
right?
yes po.
So you just make sure that it can be sufficient data for VooV video. Okay.
Yes po.
Yeah. But other than
And,
that, other than when you have cancellations or absences, of course, they will be looking forward to your class, right? Other than that, they enroll in your class because they really don't know how to speak English fluently, or maybe to construct their sentences well, or to be able to express their thoughts really well. That's why you prepare class notes for your students so that after the class, they can realize, oh, these are my mistakes and these are my teacher's corrections. So I can fix my sentence structures or some missing connectives, you know,
opo.
grammar, some grammar lapses. So that's the importance of class notes. If
Uh,
you are unable to give a structured one or incomplete one, that's basically the complaint of the student, that you don't give enough class notes for them to review after class. Or let's say it's a job interview or post grad interview, and I've been talking a lot, and I know I have some mistakes, but teacher did not correct me. There's nothing in
right.
my class notes, or a teacher didn't correct me. So that's also a problem.
Okay po.
Yes.
And it's also a reference for the other like teachers, if like is it also a reference for other teachers that will sub the class?
There's no
The-
subclass. They
oh, oh,
chose you as their teacher. That's why you need to be prepared once you start,
oh,
right?
okay po. Sorry po, I relate the
There's
situation
no sub
from my
teacher.
previous ano. Okay po.
Yeah, there's no sub teacher. So they
Oh,
wait for
okay.
you.
Okay po.
Yes. So if you're a part-time teacher, how many hours should you open?
If I think it's 6 hours. Is it 6 hours?
Yeah, 6 hours
Yes, it's
for
six
what?
hours.
For what?
Um, from the afternoon and afternoon to evening.
Yeah, you can open for 6 hours, but how many days in a week?
Oh,
And
it's
how many
sorry.
weeks?
Yes, it's 6 days a week.
6 days a week? And how many weeks?
Um, for 4 weeks.
Four
So,
weeks, correct.
opo.
So meaning to
Yes.
say, teacher,
Opo.
once I'm done creating your page, I would say, okay, you can now free your schedule. That's what we call open your schedule or
Open.
free your
Opo.
schedule. It means you are free on those hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Yes po.
then that is the requirement, the one that you mentioned, right?
Yes,
So
yes po.
every Friday or Saturday at the latest of each week, you need to free your schedule as
Mm-hmm.
required. Okay?
Okay po.
So it means you won't wait for me to ask you to open. You just need to open because it's a
Oh,
requirement.
okay po.
Okay?
Opo. Okay po.
All right. Let's say there's an interruption in your internet or your power. What should you do?
Um, okay, so I need to inform you and the TAs?
Okay, you
Uh,
need to inform TA first because
oh, okay
they
po.
are the
Yeah.
ones connected to your students because students will wait for you,
Okay po.
right? Of course, you can inform me after that. You can
Okay
inform me
po. So
after that,
TA first.
right? Whether whatever circumstances you are in and there will be cancellation, inform first the TA and then you can inform me after. But what should you do on your side after information? I mean, what information would you give your TA based on what you learned in TikTok?
Um, I need to give no no um I need to give a waived letter. No, I
Actually,
have to apply for
okay, this is what you need to give. Let me share my screen. So if this is your
waiver. Okay.
the class detail page, if you click this copy ID,
The
and then I'm
ID.
going to paste something in your Skype, okay? So I click copy ID, right? So this
Yes.
is what I can get from there. It's the it's the name, student's name, student ID, time, and length. Could you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes po.
So you give the class ID. Let's say you had an interruption at 5. So you send this and then remarks. What do you want TA to do? So you will say at who is your TA. So at TA, I'm going to give you who will be your TA. You can say that please cancel this class. So due to. So the reason has to be valid. It's not like you say because I don't feel like teaching. You don't say that, right?
Ah,
It has to
yes
be
po.
valid due to, and then you can say please apologize to my student for me.
Okay po.
Siyempre, nag-book sila in advance, right?
Yes po.
Student for me, and then you can say thank you very much.
Ah,
Um, of course, hang on a bit.
ma'am, excuse me. How many hours are we like allowed to inform? Okay,
Okay,
so
wait a minute. So you inform your TA, you tag your TA in the GC, and then um, of course there's something that you need to cancel on your side, right? Because they
yes.
will cancel it, but you will be the one to close something on your schedule, right? So you have opened some, you have freed some schedule, right? So this is your free time. So let's say you cancel this class, they will cancel that, but you need to close it. So click, 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 and
Oh,
close. You see that, let's say you want to cancel this because you have an interruption. Then they will close it. They won't, I mean, they will cancel it, but they won't close it for you. So you need to be the one. Pagkatapos
mm,
nilang i-cancel yan, mag-free na yan. So you need to close it. You get it?
okay po. Opo.
Because this one isn't automatic. Let's say you file the leave, but let's say nag-file ka ng leave on Sunday. Sunday. So, ito, i-close mo, even if you file the leave in the system. Get it?
Okay po. Opo,
Okay.
opo.
As to your question, what's your question again?
So how many like hours are we allowed to inform the TAs?
Oh, the
If
earlier the better, because you finished your Ding Talk training, right? How come you do not know that?
I didn't know that part too.
Why? But you just finished recently.
Yes po, I did.
Yeah, but
But
how come? How come you do not know it? It's in the day two,
this
day three teaching skills in Ding Talk, correct?
I
Day two, day three.
uh,
Because if you forget all the training, I think we're going to have a problem, Teacher Colette.
mhm.
You finish, right? It's supposed to inform you. You should be able to know it and apply it when you start. But if you forget everything, big problem.
Okay po.
Yeah. So it says there's like if it's an ET, right? Or if it's a normal class. I mean, there's like 6 hours, correct? That you need to inform ahead. But the earlier you inform it, the better. It's just like, for example, you freed your schedule, and maybe next week or maybe September, I'm going to have to, let's say, I need a checkup by September. Meaning to say, by, let's say, September 1, I'm scheduled for a checkup, then I'm going to file the leave in advance so that I know I don't need to have a lot of cancellations. You need
Okay po.
to think ahead and file in advance, right? But then, of
Okay.
course, let's say you're sick, and of course you cannot plan that, the sickness, right? So you inform TA and you inform me, but then this is what you need to do, right? Like what we discussed earlier. Close your schedule, inform, and the earlier you inform it, the better. Yes?
Yes po.
Okay. Any other questions here? I think we covered the very, very important ones,
Yes po.
like this one, 11.
Don't worry, TM Marie. I'm gonna focus on reading it again by tomorrow. I'm
Please.
gonna spend the whole
I
day.
get a little worried.
Yes po. I know po.
Okay, the
Opo.
moment your ET classes already enrolled. Oh, I lose my voice because I've been talking a lot today. I had some training. And then before you is another teacher that's on demo. So, ganito pala pag tuloy-tuloy. Yep. Anyway, once I'm your trial class, it's called ET, right? The moment I enroll in
86.
your class, it's already NL. So that's why you're going to have this check with TM Shane to ensure that you know almost all. Of course, no one's perfect, but it's for you to have a lot of NLs. So, meaning to say, before the check, I'm going to upload your videos, etc., your picture. So, and then she will, of course, it's my perspective that it's all good for me, but it's different for the Chinese perspective,
For the Chinese. Opo.
like this, like that. They want um, eye contact, right, and some authenticity during the when you introduce yourself. So they would have some comments on your self intro video. Okay, and then of
Oh,
course I will just request you to do do it redo it again if they request it.
okay.
Okay, so any other questions here?
No po, ma'am.
Oh, fantastic.
I just oh,
Yes. So